Thank you for jumping on the call. Can you tell us just very briefly who you are, where you live, a little bit about you?
Okay. My name is Camila Denise. I live in the UK, just outside London. I'm a 45-year-old mother of one, and I work as a personal private PA to a family in Chelsea, in London.
What was going on in your life when you were looking for help around the time that you decided to work with me? What problems were you facing at the time?
Well, I've gained a lot of weight. In my point of view, I gained about 8 kilos within probably a year or just over that, and I tried everything, like all type of diets, the protein diet, the Dukan diet, everything. And I've always exercised. I've always been active, and so I thought that the only way to change that was to, change the diet and continue exercising like I've always been. But nothing was working. So I've been following you for a very long time, actually, probably for a couple of years, and really enjoyed all the newsletters you're sending and all the inspirational information you're sending. So I had you in the back of my mind, your
That's it.
program.
And how were you feeling at the time when you joined?
Lack of energy, not liking what I see in what I see in the mirror, because of the weight gain, but lack of energy. And I've also, within a few months back, I started having hot flashes and sweaty when I sleep, especially in the evening. So I was waking up a lot during the night because it was like hot, cold all the time.
Yeah.
And yes, and lack of energy, a lot, not really feeling in a good mood. And yeah.
And emotionally, how did that impact you?
Oh, affected everything. So yes, it was affecting at home, the atmosphere at home and the environment at home. At work was fine because I can compartmentalize that, but it was at home was affecting, everybody.
And what was the tipping point when you said, screw this, I'm getting help, like I just can't do this anymore?
Sometimes I'm somebody who thinks a lot and I don't just jump into something. And as I said, I was following you for a long time. And I really wanted to do something with you. And I guess I got one of your newsletters that you were starting a new program. Like I got those in the past, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna say yes. I want to join and see how it goes. So, well, I just think it was the right moment when I got that newsletter from you, and I decided that's it. That's the time I need to go. I don't know why, but I just felt I needed to do something and change, or at least try. I didn't know what to expect, but I said I needed to give it a go. So
cool. And what made you decide to work with me over working with somebody else? What was it about me specifically?
I said, I don't know how I found you. I can't remember. I was trying to think how I found you or how you came into my feed on Instagram. Maybe I'm not on Facebook, so it would have been Instagram, I would have thought. Because I started following when I was putting on weight. I started following all the personal trainers, as you say, those inspirational people who does program, and you have their apps and you can join them. So I was, maybe by following them, then you popped up on my screen, and then I start following you. But the difference between you and them, and I never done anything with them, is that I just thought that whatever you're saying was resonating with me because I'm 45 years old, and it was all about changing your mindset and working with the person instead of just like it's a diet and an exercise program, and therefore I'm gonna look like the way these beautiful women look. So I started following you. As I said, it took a long time. It wasn't like from one day to the other. I was probably following you for, as I said, 1.5 to 2 years, and then really enjoying all the contents you were putting out there and getting really comfortable with you, not knowing you, if you know what I mean. And then yes, I think you're the right person for me to start this kind of program.
And I'm so glad you reached out. And what happened during the time when we were working together? So what was the big breakthrough for you, like the first big breakthrough or epiphany?
I mean, the results are amazing, and I didn't know what to expect in terms of weight loss and everything. But what I didn't expect was whole work and mindset work that, we did it together. And that was like an eye opener for me. I was like, whoa, it opened so many other things that I hear and I read, but just like really don't pay attention. And now it's just part of my life.
And what happened after that? So what's going on in your life now? How are things different now?
As I said, it's just my mindset changed about food. I've always eaten well, but now I see food in a different way, in terms of sometimes I'll say, oh, okay, I deserve that. Oh, okay, it's fine. I can have that glass of wine. I had a really tough day, or I can have white rice or pasta with my family because it's okay. I had vegetables yesterday. That just changed. I'm more focused as a person with what I put inside me and what I want my health to be. And that, yeah, I think that made a big difference.
Amazing. It's all about balance, right? It's not about restriction. It's
Yeah.
actually about balance and not that reward, but actually just having things in balance so that you don't have to deprive yourself and then reward yourself, but actually just have everything in moderation. Yeah. What was the biggest tangible result during the time that we worked together?
Seeing my body changing as you said you would. And when you hear something say, nah, no way that's gonna happen. I was like, no, the way I look now and then in 12 weeks I would look completely different. And that happened. Oh my god, what is going on? So that was seeing my body change just by doing small things. I mean, it wasn't, as I said, you don't deprive yourself. The food is really good. The nutrition program, and you eat quite a lot. It's not as if you're not eating at all, and they are very tasty, and I'm enjoying them a lot. So it was a surprise to see that you can do all that and then see the results without starving yourself, feeling without energy and feeling moody, because that's how I used to feel when I was on a diet. Moody all the time because you're depriving yourself, and yeah. And then I would lose maybe 3 kilos and then put it all back on again, just after a week or so. So yeah.
I know that feeling. I've been in that cycle for years, never again.
I know.
So, how do you feel now if you describe it in just 3 to 4 words?
Um, I feel changed. I think that the most important thing, I started the journey with one, I don't know if you remember our first interview was, I want to lose weight. I'm feeling that way. So that was what I had in mind and what I wanted to achieve. But what I have achieved at the end of the program is so much more than losing the weight. It was, as I said, I keep repeating myself, it's a mindset. It's just changed everything. I'm doing meditation already for 35 consecutive days. I can't be
Yeah.
without it now. It's just something that changed on me, and yeah, just feeling more happy and energized, and mood has changed completely, and yeah, and really happy where I am now.
And what was your favorite part about working together or coaching or yeah, what was your favorite part about that?
So we had our one-to-ones every 4 weeks, wasn't it? And then we had a weekly, group call, and that was something that looking forward to that. It's good to have something that you need to show up to and account for, because otherwise just emails and assignments, I think that can get lost if you don't have the will to do it. So having that actually is really good, that kind of support. But also, as I said, you see Instagrammers like you and others, and you never know how is it going to be when they're dealing with somebody. But I must say, you and your team were amazing. Every time you were there, your team were there, and you was very supportive for anything that not only with the group goals, because then we can have that chat and ask questions face to face through the video, but also if I needed anything or if something pops up, then I would get the answer straight away, and that was really good.
Great. We don't waste time. We maximize the time that we have together. So awesome. And so what would you say to someone who's considering going into this coaching program or getting help from me? Like, what was the thing that you were like, oh, I'm not sure, but now I'm like, now I know. So what would you say to someone who would be considering getting help?
Yeah. To be 100% honest, I would, uh, the one thing that always concerned me, it was the financial, commitments that you're making, because, you're making a financial commitment and you don't know what you're going to get at the end of the day. Of course, it's not a miracle. You have to work as a person and do the program and follow your advices and work. Of course, it was, otherwise it's not going to work. But even if you do, you don't know how your body's going to react and if you're going to get the results. But for me personally, I would say 100% yes, go for it. I'm really happy that I have done that commitment. I'm really happy that I spent these 12 weeks doing the program with you. And I'm now following up, continue with the after program. And it was well worth it. The time that I spent doing it, the financial commitment and everything is just in 12 weeks, I'm transformed. I'm just completely different on my mindset, on the way I feel, everything is just really worth it. So I would say yes, go. I got worried, but yes, just go for it.
Worried for a moment and then so worth it at the end.
Yeah, I'm that kind of person. I'm somebody who always have my feet on the ground, so I don't take like big leaps. So I always think and think. So yeah, so I thought a lot, and I said, okay, let me do it, and it could have been the opposite. It could have worked out. I say, oh gosh, it wasn't really what I was expecting, but it was not. I didn't even know what to expect, but it just was 1,000 times more than what I expected. So
Oh,
it's,
so good.
yeah, it was really
Sometimes
well.
I feel like the level of investment that we put in, even financially, actually has an impact on the results. Because if you paid, $99 for this program, you probably wouldn't have showed up to every single call. I wouldn't have asked all those questions and wouldn't have really, had the commitment that, that you do, or that you did, when you actually invested, when you actually really, it was a little bit of a stretch. Like, it was a little bit about, this is like uncomfortable, right?
Correct. Yeah, yes. No, you're right, actually. It does make you persevere, I would say, with the program, because you invested so much on it.
Yeah.
But yes, but if somebody's thinking about it, whether they should or not, then I would say yes, go for it. I was in that place, and it took me a long time to make the commitment and say yes, I'm going to do it. But it was well worth it.
Yeah, take the leap, because no growth really happens when we're in our comfort zone. It's when we get out of our comfort zone really is when the magic happens. And sometimes we need to stretch our boundaries a little bit in order to get out of that comfort zone and actually make a breakthrough. Because usually that, that thing that holds you back in, say, investing in yourself, it's the same thing that's investing in yourself, like the same kind of mindset that's actually holding you back from achieving the results that you actually want and having the breakthrough.
Correct.